Okay, uh, welcome to all of you again. In the last discussions, whatever we had, I had given you a basic idea about what this particular course is, what you are going to study in this course, how the different contents in the course they are correlated with your OBE perspectives, outcome based education, what is the course learning objective, what are the different course outcomes that you have, the five course outcomes, in what way these course outcomes are mapped to different program outcomes, and finally how do you measure the attainment of the program outcome. All those things we have seen. After that we have also had a brief discussion about the course content, what exactly you have in this course, uh, the different topics and other things. So now in continuation with the previous class, let me come to the next aspect which we are supposed to discuss here. The first one is the reference books. Okay, so now if you look at the reference books here right in front of your screen, the one Internet of Things Architecture, Design and Principle by Raj Kamal, Macro Hill publication, this is the primary book which I have referred to prepare all my course delivery contents. And if you look here, if you look at this is the first page or the image of the book, which is written by great Professor Raj Kamal. And I would like to share some more information here in connection with designing this course contents. I have personally contacted Professor Raj Kamal. He has given me a lot of inputs, what things to be included, what things are not to be included, in view of preparing the syllabus for the electrical and electronics engineering students. Basically it is a computer science subject, right? But what role this uh, course is going to play as long as the electrical and electronics engineers are concerned, right? So that also he has very categorically told me. And many of the course delivery mechanisms like your PPTs and other things, he has shared to me, and he has given me a lot of information in connection with the course delivery mechanisms and the techniques also. So first of all, I wish to offer my sincere gratitudes to Professor Raj Kamal for all his support which he has extended to me in designing the entire course content. So now if I go back here, right? So the first book is the Internet of Things Architecture, Design Principle by Raj Kamal. And another equally important and good book you have, right? This is available in the soft copy format also. David Haynes, in fact it is published by Cisco, right? So Cisco is one of the important companies, or what you can call as organization, which defines so many protocols as long as the internet communication is concerned. Over the period of time, we will come to know in what way the Cisco protocols are required for us. Okay, this is another a very important book. So you can have the reference of this book also. Soft copy is also available if I am right. Then you have got one more book, that is Srinivasa KG, Internet of Things, and you have got one more Vijay Madishetty and Bhaga, Internet of Things, a hands-on approach. So these are the four books which I have referred in order to make the course contents for you. But however, if you want to refer, there are so many literatures available online nowadays, right? Because this Internet of Things is a totally new concept as of us, as long as we are concerned, electrical and electronics engineering students are concerned, though it is a regular course in your computer science and other IT related branches. So now basically the entire content here, we have to see it from the point of view of our applications, the electrical and electronics engineering applications. For example, in the last topic of your curriculum, as you can see some of the case studies that I have included, like smart grids or it may be control of the street lights, or it may be the home automation, something which is very relevant, or which is for the electrical and electronics engineers to show the interest, right? In such cases, we will try to see how exactly your IoT comes into picture. So this is the general description about the reference books and the course contents. Anyway, since I will be teaching in the online mode for whatever the time period as specified by the college in the present situation, you may be given some of the study materials also. I will give those things for your reference, and if you are really interested, you have a lot of opportunities to learn on your own by going into the online mode, right? Recently I have undergone a workshop or a training on Internet of Things, where I was told, or I was taught to make use of the Python programming and Raspberry Pi and all. These are very interesting, anyone can understand, but it's the real essence will come out only when you try to incorporate some small projects, at least in the beginning. Later you can definitely go with bigger projects also. If you try to understand all the things in a clear manner, so execution of some projects based on the IoT or based on your sensors and other things, they are not really difficult, but you will feel the satisfaction of what you have learned whenever you have practically deployed, or whenever you have practically realized even some small circuits also, if not the complicated circuits. Definitely we will try in that way, because when you come to your sixth semester, you have got a sensor lab also, right? Probably whatever we teach here, that may be related to in some way, right? Partially it may be related to your sensor lab also. You may have some benefits of, or takeaways from this particular course as long as the IoT is concerned. Okay, so now this is about the course content, and now before I start with the actual thing of what we are going to study here, let me in general give you some a gist here, right? What exactly we are going to understand, what exactly we are going to learn here. So that gist I am going to give you now. Please look here. If you look at this diagram, okay, I will give you some time to have a careful look at this particular diagram. You see this? Right, now I have made it very clear. Okay, the visibility is made very clear. Now if you look at this particular diagram, you have basically so many things here. Let us not really bother about these things right now, but later we will have to definitely look into all these things. Okay, but what I want you to understand here or know here is that there are three domains which you can see here. One is the sensing domain, another is the network domain, the third one is application domain, right? So now what exactly is IoT? What do you mean by IoT, right? What is the general meaning of Internet of Things? This we have to first understand. Basically, as first, before going to what is IoT, though everyone is very familiar to the internet today, right? So let us go back and see what exactly we mean by internet. Then we will think of Internet of Things. The internet basically is a vast global network of connected servers, computers, tablets and mobiles that is governed by standard protocol for connected systems. So here two important things are to be observed. So we very vaguely use the word internet, or even we don't say it as internet. Nowadays we have abbreviated it as net. Okay, but what is this net? What is this internet? It is a global network, right, of connected servers. See, these keywords you should be able to very properly understand, right? Global network, then servers, computers, tablets, and mobiles. Of late, these mobiles have become very predominant in the overall scenario. Earlier, mobiles were not here. Internet was there, but mobiles were not here because the mobiles were basically limited to the calls and messages long back when the mobiles started. But as of now, I don't need to explain anything as far as the applications of the mobile phones is concerned, right? It has become virtually a computer in all the senses. So therefore, wherever the computer is really required, there only we are going to use the computers. Otherwise, for all the portable applications, we are making use of the mobile phones only. So therefore, mobile phone in other way, it can also be synonymously called as the computer or even tablet, right? So mobile, it is a vast global network of connected servers, computers, tablets, and mobiles that is governed by standard protocol. This is very, very important. It is not possible for us to establish the communication between one node to another node as we want. They are to be governed by some standard protocols. So in that regard, we have got TCP/IP, the transmission control protocol, TCP/IP, the transmission control protocol, or the internet protocol, right? So anyway, I am not going into the details of these things right now. As and when those things are required, we will go into those details. Okay, so this is the major one. Like that, you have so many other things also as defined by the different organizations which are looking into these things, right? So as and when those things come, we will discuss about that. So now, basically, the communication between different devices are established through the dedicated servers with the proper guidelines or the protocols given by some standard organizations. This is what is the internet. And as you know, the internet or net, what you call it, enables sending, receiving, or communication of information, connectivity with the remote servers, cloud, and analytics platform. So here the last two words, that is the cloud and analytics platform, right? So these are new to us for the time being. Okay, and one second, I will come back to this. Okay, 1 second. There was some issue. Okay, I will come back to this. Okay, this is the same thing which I have been referring to. Okay, so now you can have this diagram with you right in front of you, the same diagram. So we have the sensing domain here, we have the network domain here, and we have the application domain here. That is at the background, but I was discussing about what exactly the internet is, right? So now once I define what the internet is, vast global network of connected servers, computers, tablets, mobile phones that are governed by standard protocols for connected systems. And what exactly the internet does also, we have seen. It enables sending, receiving, or communication of information, connectivity with the remote servers, cloud, as well as analytics platforms. So this is what is the general definition of the internet. Now coming to the second part of it, things. What do you mean by things? What is the meaning of things? General meaning or the literal meaning of things. Everyone know what exactly is the meaning of thing. So you get that thing, this thing is very good, right? So that particular thing was really bad. Like that we generally speak, correct or not, right? So basically in English, right, the thing has a number of uses and meanings in English, right? I am talking about the literal meaning, right? If you look at the dictionary, right, thing is a word used to refer to a physical object, as I've already mentioned, right, an action or an idea, a situation, activity, right. So this is the general, the things or a general parameters which come under what are mentioned under the things. It could be physical object, as I've already told you, action, it could be idea, situation, or activity, right. So in this way, uh, for example, the same example I will take, an umbrella is the thing that we carry in the rainy season. So in that way, umbrella is referred to as a thing, right. Second one, this thing was not expected from you. This thing was not expected from you. What do you mean by that? So it is an action. You have done some mistake, and somebody is telling you this thing was not expected by you. So that refers to the action, right. And situations also. The things are also used to refer to some situations, right. So such things were not there in our time. Old people generally tell, right, such things were not there in our time. That means it is in connection with some situation. So that means in general, synonymously we use the word things for everything almost, right. So when we use it for almost everything, then Internet of Things. What do you mean by Internet of Things, right? So basically here we need to combine the internet and things. Okay, so once we start combining the internet and things, it is possible for us to make the definition of Internet of Things in a number of ways. There are different organizations or different agencies which have given the definition for Internet of Things on their own way. Okay, now one common type of or one general type of definition for the Internet of Things could be something like this. Please listen to me carefully. Internet of Things mean a network of physical things. Physical things means objects. Please look at the diagram also. Try to correlate what I am telling here with respect to the diagram. Internet of Things means a network of physical things, objects, which are physical things means objects, sending, receiving, or communicating informations using internet. The physical objects sending, receiving, or communicating informations using internet or other communication technologies. Not necessary that internet is the only thing which is present. Along with internet, you may have other communication technologies also, right. Other communication technologies and network, the communication take place between the networks also, right. Just as the computers, tablets, and the mobiles do. How the mobiles, computers, and the tablets do the communication between the networks, between the different communication devices using the internet or any other communication technology, and thus enabling the monitoring, coordinating, or controlling the process across the internet or another data network. This is the last point is very, very important. For what exactly we need to do all these things? Why do you want to communicate with whatever we have explained just now, right? What is the purpose of communication? Why do you want to communicate? Enabling the monitoring, coordinating, or controlling of the process, right? We want to monitor or coordinate or control the process. So ultimately we want to make our job easy and precise. So now we can come to the different applications that might come in your mind, right? So basically now I will give this definition in a very nutshell. Okay, so it is the process of communicating between the different communication devices using the internet or some other network technology or communication technology, very similar to how your computers, tablets, and mobiles communicate with these things. But for what purpose? For monitoring or maintaining or coordinating the different processes across the internet or another data network. When I say this, you can understand where exactly the different things stand here. I have got something here, I have got something in between, I have got something far away. All these three things are to be properly coordinated with the help of such devices which enable us to coordinate in a precise manner by making use of the internet and other networks. So this is what is the general definition of the Internet of Things. Now please look at this diagram. So whatever we have taken, whatever we have just understood, how we can link that to this one. So we have got three domains here, as you can see. One is the sensing domain here, okay. Then we have got the network domain. The third one is the application domain. Now first you see here what exactly comes under the sensing domain. Now I have taken very some of the things here with respect to our electrical engineering scenario also. So now you have got high voltage AC control. Anyway, you are not yet used to this high voltage studies, right? So you want to control some high voltage AC transmission or the distribution or something like that, okay. Then you have got an energy meter at your house. You got an energy meter. Probably some of you must get ignited with this. What exactly can be done when I have got a energy meter at our house? You may have a smoke sensor, industrial scenario, or anywhere where there are possibilities of the fires or something like that, right? So you have got a light or light sensor, you have got temperature sensor, or you have got humidity sensor or something like that. So this is basically a sensing domain. What exactly the sensing domain does is, within the system whatever we have, it senses the different parameters which are required for us to monitor and analyze, right? So those parameters are going to be sensed. Now after sensing, what exactly you do? You pass on this information to the network domain. When I say network domain, you can see there are so many things. You have got a Wi-Fi router. You know what is a Wi-Fi router. Nowadays everyone will know what exactly is a Wi-Fi router. You may have another mode of communication also, that is the Zigbee, right? So please note here, this is very important, right? Now from the sensors through Wi-Fi router, it will go to IoT gateway. Otherwise also through Wi-Fi, maybe using a video camera or having a RFID tag, radio frequency identification device. You may be knowing that recently in Karnataka, or even I don't know, in India, there was a census of tigers. How many tigers are there in Karnataka, or how many tigers are there across India, okay. So how exactly this census was done? Is it possible for us to make all the tigers to come and stand before us and count? No, it is not possible. You may be knowing how exactly it is done, right? It is basically using RFID technology, radio frequency identification technology, right? So you have got an RFID module here, right? You have got a Zigbee communication directly from your IoT gateway, and all these things come under the network domain, right? So these things will come under the network domain. Recall the definitions which I have given earlier for the Internet of Things. So whenever I speak about the network of domain, it may be the other network technologies which we have, not only the internet, other network technology, right, along with the internet. Now once these informations which you have measured here, okay, they are passed to the network domain, okay, here you have passed it to the network domain with whatever the method you have, through a video camera, RFID, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, whatever it is, right? Bluetooth also to some extent, that may be also possible, but most of the times it is limited, right? So then the next thing is the application domain. What for? See, once you have sent it to the network domain, I have given you one example in the last class, right? So monitoring the temperature rise across the fans, or monitoring the power consumed across the fans, right? So after all these informations are measured here, the first information is measured here, so those informations are to be sent to the respective destinations through the network gateways. So that is what we call here as IoT gateway, right? What for? Then finally this is required for you to make the analysis. This is a very important stream nowadays. You can see here cloud. It is literally shown like a real-time cloud only, right? But do not get confused by that. This cloud is different, but you can have the resemblance, you can have the analogy between this cloud and that cloud, wherein you have the data analytics. This is very important, data analytics. So what do you mean by data analytics? Now I have got 100 fans. Few fans are consuming more power than what they were supposed to consume. Few fans are experiencing excessive temperature rise, right? So this analysis has to be done somewhere, right? For that you need to store all the data for them to be processed. So maybe manually or automatically with the proper algorithms, programs, whatever are written, according to that the beta analytics is going to be used there, right? So finally, so in this you can see your application domain, right? What exactly is the application domain? It is basically for the control and monitoring, right? So nowadays you have got one more to tell you about this particular application. You have got your Bluetooth watches, correct or not? Bluetooth watches, when you wear these watches and you jog around, right? And if you properly configure it, it will tell you how many kilometers you have jogged, how much calorie that is been burnt, right? So all those informations you will get, your heartbeat, your pulse rates, so many things, even to the extent of monitoring the glucose level also, because of the different technologies, right? So finally in the application domain you have all these things in order to make the informations known to you, disseminated to you by means of the tablets, smart watches, something like that, computers or something like that. Ultimately you need to take the decision to control these things, right? Suppose if you have turned on certain lights in your home and you have gone out, right, some information you will be able to get, and from there only you will be able to turn it off, right? So smart homes and all. If you have got an elderly person, nobody is there to take care in the house, right? So you can monitor online, right? You can suggest to take some medicines or some food, something like that. You can monitor all these things online. So many such provisions are there using the Internet of Things. And how exactly you realize these things, right? So that is our domain, our engineers domain, right? So as an end user, now for example I have got a CC camera located in my house which is very far away from here, right? I monitor who comes there, who goes there, and I get the indications also if there is a movement, right? Even if a cat or dog comes in that area, surveillance area, I will get a message that this motion is detected, right? Finally it is for me, so I can ignore some of the motions which are common. If I identify some unknown person coming there, right, I can make a phone call there and ask who had come. He had not been seen so far. Who is that new fellow? These kind of queries I can make. I can take some decisions. If I find a suspicious person, I can even inform the police that see this kind of people have come and they were roaming around in front of my house and all. So this is the beauty. Otherwise I will not be able to understand anything, right? What is happening at hundreds of kilometers away from here, I will not be able to understand anything. Now how to realize these things, how to materialize these things, that is our domain, engineers domain, right? We can have some small circuits realized, right? Most of you might have done in your do it yourself and all long back in your third semester, right? Some small things, right? But only thing is that now you will have to streamline those things, and finally you should come out with some kind of module that will be useful for you, or that may be useful to the society also. But most importantly, the self satisfaction. Okay, I have done these things using the application of Internet of Things or anything, that this is perfectly monitoring, this is perfectly working, and this is going to help someone in the society. That kind of things you please keep in your mind, and later we will go with the actual course contents. Now this is the brief introduction of what exactly you are going to do in the Internet of Things, and all these things whatever we have in between we will have to study. What do you mean by RFID? What are the different type of sensors? What are the different protocols we have? What is the OSI model? How the OSI model is changed for your IoT paradigm or IoT scenario? All these things will come under the course contents, right? So now the presentation part I will stop here. Now quickly I will get back to you using our usual communication method, maybe the WebEx or something like that, which I have already informed you earlier. And if you have any doubt or any clarification, please get back to me. Okay, for today's class this is the thing. Okay, thank you.